গোপীজন বল্লভ গিরিবরধারী যশোদানন্দন ব্রজজন রঞ্জনা যশোদানন্দন ব্রজজন রঞ্জনা যমুনা তীর বনচারী যমুনা তীর বনচারী জয় রাধা মাধব কুঞ্জ বিহারী হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল। জয় ওম বিষ্ণুপাদ পরমহংস পরিব্রাজকাচার্য অষ্টোত্তর শত শ্রী শ্রীমদ অভয় চরণারবিন্দ ভক্তিবেদান্ত স্বামী মহারাজ শিল প্রভুপাদ की जय। ISKCON founder Acharya His Divine Grace Śrīla Prabhupada की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। रामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। श्री मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय। ISKCON गुरु वृंद की जय। श्रीमद्भागवतम महापुराण की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतौ पदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshotarine Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitanang Pavanebho Vaishnavebho Namo Namaha Namo Mahabodhanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are supposed to read from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 8, Slok number 1. Name of this chapter is Manifestation of Brahma from Garbhodakshai Vishnu. How that Brahma came out from the lotus which sprouted from the navel of Garbhodakshai Vishnu, that has been described in this chapter, possibly. So, Maitreya uvāca sat-sevanīyo bata pūru-vaṁśo loka-pālo bhagavat-pradhānaḥ babhūvithehājita kīrti-mālām pade nūtanayasy tu abhīkṣṇam. Maitreya uvāca sat-sevanīyo bata pūru-vaṁśo loka-pālo bhagavat-pradhānaḥ babhūvithehājita-kīrti-mālāṁ pade nūtanayasy abhīkṣṇam. Maitreya uvāca sat-sevanīyo bata pūru-vaṁśo loka-pālo bhagavat-pradhānaḥ babhūvithehājita-kīrti-mālāṁ pade nūtanayasy abhīkṣṇam. Maitreya uvāca sat-sevanīyo bata pūru-vaṁśo loka-pālo bhagavat-pradhānaḥ babhūvithehājita-kīrti-mālāṁ pade nūtanayasy abhīkṣṇam. Sat-sevanīyo bata pūru-vaṁśo sat-sevanīyo bata pūru-vaṁśo. Mataji. Maitreya uvāca. Śrī Maitreya Muni said, sat-sevanīyaḥ, worthy to serve the pure devotees. Bata, oh certainly, pūru-vaṁśaḥ, the descendants of King Pūru. Yat, because loka-pālaḥ, the kings are bhagavat-pradhānaḥ, chiefly devoted to the personality of Godhead. Babhūvitha, you are also born. Iha, in this. Ajita, the Lord, who is unconquerable. Kīrti-mālām, chain of transcendental activities. Pade, step by step. Nūtanayasy, becoming newer and newer. Abhīkṣṇam, always. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. The great sage Maitreya Muni said to Vidura, the royal dynasty of King Pūru is worthy to serve the pure devotees because all the descendants of that family are devoted to the personality of Godhead. You are also born in that family, and it is wonderful that because of your attempt, the transcendental pastimes of the Lord are becoming newer and newer at every moment. So please repeat. The great sage Maitreya Muni said to Vidura, the royal dynasty of King Pūru is worthy to serve the pure devotees because all the descendants of that family are devoted to the personality of Godhead. You are also born in that family. And it is wonderful that because of your attempt, the transcendental pastimes of the Lord are becoming newer and newer at every moment. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, the great sage Maitreya thanked Vidura and praised him by reference to his family glories. The Pūru dynasty was full of devotees of Personality of Godhead and was therefore glorious, because they are not attached to impersonal Brahma or the localized Paramatma, but were directly attached to Bhagavan, the Personality of Godhead. They were worthy to render service to the Lord and his pure devotees. Because Vidura was one of the descendants of that family, naturally he engaged in spreading wide the ever new glories of the Lord. Maitreya felt happy to have such glorious company as Vidura. He considered the company of Vidura most desirable, because such association can accelerate one's dormant propensities for devotional service. So, sat-sevanīyo. So this kind of persons who are the devotees of the Lord, even to serve this family, even to serve these people are worthy. So here, translation is, the great sage Maitreya Muni said to Vidura, royal dynasty of King Pūru is worthy to serve the pure devotees, because all the descendants of that family are devoted to the Personality of Godhead. You are also born in that family, and it is wonderful that because of your attempt, the transcendental pastimes of the Lord are becoming newer and newer at every moment. So the dynasty of King Pūru. King Pūru is the son of who? Jajati. King Jajati had two wives. One is Devjani, who is daughter of Acharya, the spiritual master of demons, and another is Sharmishta, daughter of Vrishaparva, the Daitya Guru. Demon, Daitya Danav, of same category. So this Vrishaparva's daughter was Sharmishta. So while praying with her friends, she fell down in a well, and then she was not able to come out. And in the meantime, King Jajati, he came to know, and he went there, and he brought her out of the well. So as Sharmishta was in her youthhood, and then in those days, if someone touches a young girl, that girl should be married to him. That was natural. So now Sharmishta said that I want to marry you. And then as Devjani was Jajati's first wife, then they consulted, and finally it was said that Sharmishta should not have physical association with the Jajati. This was the condition. But it couldn't happen somehow or other. Devjani had association with Jajati. As a result, she begot the first son. So Devjani had two sons. One is Jadu, another is Turvashu. From the name Turvashu, the Turkis came. Turki dynasty is from Turvashu. And Jadu, that dynasty is Lord Krishna's dynasty, Yadu-vaṁśa. And Sarvishta's sons, there are three, Dhruhu, Anu and Pūru. Pūru is the youngest. So, because King Jajati produced child in the womb of Sarvishta, Devjani complained to her father, Shukracharya. And Shukracharya became very upset and he cursed Jajati, you become old. You become old. So immediately he got old. And young man becomes immediately old is very unbearable. He could not tolerate and asked for solution. And then Shukracharya told that one thing is that if someone wants to exchange his youth to you, then you can give your old age to him and you can have his youthhood. So then Jajati called his sons one by one. Total 5 sons were there. And gave the proposal, please give your youthhood to me. But all 4 of them denied, no. Finally the last one, youngest one, Pūru, he accepted. All right. Then Puru's youthhood was given to his father, Jajati. And Jajati said that only 1000 years I will use your youthhood and then I will give you back. So then this nice, okay. So other sons were cursed and finished whatever. And this Pūru was the heir for Jajati's kingdom. So then Pūru became the king. After 1000 years of enjoying his youthhood, then he thought it's enough. So he gave back his youthhood to his son and he took Banprastha, left for Himalayas and did devotional service, and in that way I think he was going to heaven, and in the meantime there was difficulty again. Somehow he again went back to heaven. So in that way this Pūru, King Pūru, his dynasty is the Pūrava or Kaurava, Kaurav-vaṁśa. Kuru and Pandava, Dhritarashtra and Pandu, these people are from that Pūru family. So in that way, this family is all devotees. And after that also we see that sons of King Pandu were devoted to Lord Krishna. And from the Jadu dynasty, Lord Krishna's dynasty came. Both are Chandravamshi, moon dynasty. So in that way, this King Pūru was famous, and Hare Krishna. So we will stop here of the Bhagavatam. To serve the devotees is very glorious. Serving the Lord, serving the devotees is even better than serving the Lord. So, serving these devotees and discussing about the pastimes of their dynasty is helpful for our devotional service. So, also today is the what is that? Gopal Bhatta Goswami's appearance day. Disappearance day. Yeah. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami was born in South India, Srirangam. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after taking sannyas, went to Puri, and the next year he left for South Indian tour. Of course, his tour is not like ours. Our tour is different category. We have to look for a hotel and stay and etc., etc. Book the vehicle and all, inform the parties to receive us and this and that. Mahaprabhu was not like that. Mahaprabhu was walking, and wherever he went, people immediately could recognize, this is not an ordinary person. And they immediately recognize that he is none other than God himself. In that way, everywhere he was received so nicely. And when he went to Srirangam, at that time it was the beginning of Chaturmasya. This last Ekadashi was the same. That Chaturmasya begins from that Ekadashi or the Purnima next. So then they are seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dancing, kirtan and his moods. Venkat Bhatta, one of the priests of Srirangam, he recognized that this person is not ordinary. So he requested Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please come to my house. And he kept him for 4 months together in his house and served him. So in that way, also as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so exalted, the other Brahmanas around Srirangam, they were inviting Mahaprabhu one by one, come to my house. The other says, come to my house. In that way, every day, all 4 months were finished taking invitation at all different houses. Not that every day in the house of Venkat Bhatta, but all 4 months at all different houses he was invited and fed. And in that way, his personality was so attractive. Venkat Bhatta and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to have discussions. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to tease Venkat Bhatta, that Venkat Bhatta is of Ramanuja Sampradaya, and Sri Sampradaya people, they worship Lakshmi. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, your Lakshmi desired association of my Krishna. So, see, my Krishna is better than your, Narayan. In that way, then Bhagavatam said his point of view, but still he could not conquer Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he said, what can I do? I am ordinary soul, and you are God himself. So how can I defeat you? And you know better than me everything. In that way, he surrendered. And in that way, this time was passing. And in the meantime, the young boy, Gopal, was there. At some places it is said Venkat Bhatta's son, and at some places it is said no, his brother Srimad Bhatta's son. But anyhow, Mahaprabhu was there, and this Gopal was so became attached to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he was ordered by Venkat Bhatta, you serve Mahaprabhu. So he was serving Mahaprabhu, and he just became Mahaprabhu Gata Pran. He has his life and soul, everything is offered to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then after 4 months he was going, and this Venkat Bhatta as well as Gopal, they were overwhelmed. They could not bear separation. They were crying and crying. And somehow Mahaprabhu pacified Gopal that your parents are there, so someone has to take care of them. So after your parents are gone, you can come to me. So for 30 years he stayed home. His birth was in the year 1503, according to one calculation. And then for 30 years he stayed home and went to Vrindavan. And there he stayed for 45 years. Total is about 78 years. He left this world at the age of 78. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him that you will come to me. And then when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Puri at that time, Gopal Bhatta went to Vrindavan. At Vrindavan, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, he found Rupa and Sanatan Goswamis, as well as Jiva Goswami. And then he was with them, happy. See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is from Bengal, and they are from South India, maybe Tamilian, maybe. And how they mix so friendly, so, because at that time the media was Sanskrit. People would speak Sanskrit. So there was no difficulty in communicating. Nowadays we give more importance to English. In that way, all over India you can visit with English, more or less. At that time it was Sanskrit. So our Raghunath Das Goswami was Bengali. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also was Bengali. And then somewhere from Odisha. Odia devotees also are there. But there was no difficulty in communicating. So they stayed in Vrindavan, and this Gopal Bhatta Goswami is Ananga Manjari. One of the Manjaris. He was Ananga Manjari in Krishna Lila. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami was doing his bhajan, and in the meantime he went to visit different places, and he went to Uttar Pradesh, Devand, that place is actually Devavanda. Devavanda means the worshipped by devas. Devavanda. And nowadays it's called Devavand. So when he went to Devavand, at that time it was raining heavy. And then he found one grihastha's house and he went in. And the grihastha was very happy to receive Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And at the time there was talk. That person told Gopal Bhatta Goswami that I want to give my son to you. And then Gopal Bhatta Goswami did not speak anything much. And then after some time he found that boy became a little more grown up, and he came to Gopal Bhatta's temple, Vrindavan, and sitting there. Hey, who are you? I am son of that gentleman. Oh. So he was initiated. His name was Gopinath. Gopinath Thakur. So then this deity service was given to Gopinath, and Gopinath's some brother, some kind of brother, Damodar, from Devavand also, he came to him. And Gopinath was not married. He throughout life served the deities. And the present descendants, present worshippers, Sevais of this temple is sons of Damodar, Devavandi, Brahman. So in that way, so Gopal Bhatta Goswami, once he was traveling in many places, and then he went to Nepal, Gandaki. At that time, Nepal possibly was not separate from India. It was the same country. So he went to Gandaki, and from there he picked up 12 of the shalagrams. So then he was worshipping them. In the meantime, one day, some devotee brought some dresses for Krishna and offered to Gopal Bhatta's temple. So then Gopal Bhatta was thinking, mine are the shalagrams. So how I'm going to use that dress? My deities are not to dress with dresses, but they are the shalagrams. In that way he was thinking, and then went to sleep. In the morning he woke up and he found that one of the shalagrams became Krishna. Total, this small deity, some 6 inches. Backside is still shalagram. And he is having that threefold form. And then he was wonderstruck. How is this? Immediately he informed Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami and other Goswamis. They came and they were surprised. How is this possible? And then they had to accept. He is Krishna. So then they gave the name Radharaman. So that Radharaman is still there at Radharaman temple, still worshipped. So in that way, Gopal Bhatta Goswami was one of the very close associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Gopal Bhatta Goswami came to Vrindavan, Mahaprabhu came to know from Puri that Gopal Bhatta has come here. So from there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent Bahirvas, door and japamala for Gopal Bhatta. So some devotee brought from Puri to Vrindavan and offered to give to Gopal Bhatta, and Gopal Bhatta was so happy, so elated that Mahaprabhu blessed him. In that way he was practically initiated. So after that he, as Sanatana Goswami was ordered to compile Vaishnava directory, what are the activities of the Vaishnavas, on that a book has to be compiled. Then Sanatana Goswami told that, how can I do that? Of course, this is the humility of a Vaishnava. Vaishnava is generally very humble. He never thinks he is so learned, aristocratic. No. Although he is. So, Sanatana Goswami told Mahaprabhu that, how can I do that? I am mlech, because he was serving the Muslim king. So then Mahaprabhu said, no, you have to do it. Then Sanatana Goswami took up the service, and he was doing, and finally he handed over to Gopal Bhatta Goswami to complete the thing. And Gopal Bhatta completed this Hari Bhakti Vilas, which is a very huge Vaishnava directory, do's and don'ts and different festivities, initiation and deity installation, deity worship, everything is given in that book. It's a big book. So that book was compiled by Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Also Satkriya Sardipika, the book for doing Shraddha, marriage, initiation, sacrifice. These things are given description, what are the things to be done in the Satkriya Sardipika. That is also done by Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami. So in that way, Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami was a very, very great soul. So we will pray today to him so that he blesses us and we can serve the Lord with all our hearts and soul. Hare Krishna. Any question, comment? Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. As you were speaking about the dynasty of King Pūru, one thought came to my mind that Vidura is the son of a Shudrani, though he is born in that dynasty. So how is he considered a great personality and given so much respect by Maitreya Muni?
You know the story. As there was no children, because Vichitravirya, he passed away, and he had two wives. Another wife was supposed to be there, but she did not stay. So Bhishma Dev brought Ambika, Ambalika and Amba, three daughters of the king of Kashi, for him, for Vichitravirya. But somehow or other Vichitravirya passed away. Then these two daughters-in-law were there, and there is no how the dynasty will continue. So then mother, who's that? So she asked Vyasdev, asked Bhishma, Bhishma, you produce children in these two women. And Bhishma said, no, I am Bhishma. I won't. I can't. And then what to do? Then she asked Vyasdev, Vyasa, you have to come. So Vyasdev was in his tapasya. And then he was called. And then Vyasdev said, if I have to come for this kind of thing, they will be afraid of me. Because he had a long beard and hair and all these things. At least some time for making me, look like good looking, whatever. And she said, no, there is no time. You have to come. So he came, and as he was supposed to bless these women, so one of them became very afraid and closed her eyes. As a result, the son was born blind. That was Dhritarashtra. And the other, she became so afraid, her color became pale. So the son born of her was very weak, very weak. And then the third chance was the dashi, maid servant. But although born of maid servant, he was son of Vyasdev, right? No matter from where the mother comes, if the father is Brahmana, son is Brahmana, right? That is the general system. If the wife is from a Shudra family, from a Brahmana, if the husband is Brahmana, the wife becomes Brahmana. Our previous President of India, Mukherjee, Pranab Mukherjee, he was Brahmana. His wife was Ghosh, coward family. But she became Mukherjee. That is the system. So similarly, although that was a maid servant, but father was Vyasdev, right? Of course, Vyasdev's fatherhood is not like our material life. He just glanced and she became pregnant. That was the system. So, Vidura was son of Vyasdev. Otherwise, he wouldn't be so exalted, ideal. Right? Okay? Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you very much for the class. So, based on the same question, in Kali Yuga, how...
I cannot hear.
Hare Krishna. So, in Kali Yuga, how much importance do we give to the birth compared to the training and qualities? Can you comment a little bit? Because Mahaprabhu was saying when he was speaking to Ramananda Rai on the banks of Godavari in Rajmandri that whoever is born along the banks of this river in this place, you can consider him that he has done a lot of devotional service in his previous lives. So there is some importance for birth, and also we learn that in Kali Yuga, even though somebody is born in a Brahman family, without training and qualities, we can only consider him as a Dvija Bandhu.
So that's it. So the place has got importance, like taking bath in the holy dham is also important, provided that person acts accordingly, not sinful life. So the Brahmana, taking birth in Brahmana family is also a credit, but at the same time they have to maintain their Brahmanical culture, practice. Then only they will be considered as real Brahmana. So what was the question?
The question is, when we try to understand a devotee, how much importance we give to the births, because in certain situations somebody is born in a Brahmana family and inherits the qualities through birth also, we see in certain cases, and they develop samskaras right from the birth. But whereas for others, even though he's born in a Brahmana family, behaves like a Shudra. So, yeah. The question is, how to consider how much importance do we give to the birth versus...
According to some scriptures, they give credit to taking birth as Brahmana. Tulsidas, the poet of Hindi Ramayana, he gave importance to taking birth in the family of Brahmana. And Prabhupada says, even the great soul like Tulsidas gave importance to this birthright. But Prabhupada said, no, they are supposed to be Dijabandhu. And getting birth in a Brahmana family is also due to some good fortune and piety. That's how they take birth in that family. And in that family, if they want, they can become Brahmanical very easily, because their parents, their environment is Brahmanical. So very easily they can become Brahmana. So that opportunity is there. So, of course, if someone becomes devotee, then no matter from where he comes, he or she comes, he is a devotee. If someone is criticizing or denigrating the devotee, that, oh, you are from Shudra family, oh, you are from Chandal family, that will be offense. When one becomes devotee, he is no longer a Shudra or any of caste, but he is a devotee. A devotee should be respected no matter from which family he comes. Out of the offenses against Vaishnavas, there are 10 ways that one can offend a Vaishnava. Out of that, one is someone born in a lower class family and he became devotee, and then still telling him, oh, you are such and such, low class and this and that. That will be offense. So, a devotee should be always respected and no matter from which family he comes. Of course it is. They should be acting as devotees. No matter from which family comes, everyone should act as devotees. Then only they are Vaishnavas, devotees. Otherwise, we cannot consider them as really devotees. They are on the way to become devotees. Someday they may become devotee. We expect.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, thank you. Today's verse is saying that by discussion of Hari Katha, when Vidura speaks or the saint speaks, it becomes newer and newer. So this is the proof that we have to hear, read, discuss Srimad Bhagavatam in the association of devotees. It's mentioned so many times. That's how we should, in the Bhagavatam, actually study Srimad Bhagavatam in the association, so newer and newer things come. But when Lord Krishna was in Gurukul, his guru had given him the benediction because he brought back his sons. So he says, my benediction to you is that whatever you speak will always remain ever fresh. So those are the 2 points that I remember for this particular verse today.
Good. Of course, the message of Srimad Bhagavatam becomes newer and newer for the good devotees, almost pure devotees, not some ordinary devotees who is to be told, hey, go to class and this and that. You have to push to go to class. No, for them it's not that testy. For them it's not that testy. Of course, it is the comparison is given like someone got jaundice, so his taste for mystery is not there. But as the jaundice reduces, the taste of sugar candy comes back. So similarly, we will have to. Of course, we have not began our devotional lives too long time, whereas we spend non-devotee life many lifetimes. Comparing that, this time is very short. So it may take even a few lives. So we should hope for the best and continue, not to give up. Saying, oh no, there is no taste and this and that. No, taste is there. Sugar candy has taste, but we are not getting the taste because we are, infected. So we have to be gradually cured and get the taste. If we are not, those are not getting taste, they will get taste in due course of time. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.